Welcome back. We have been going over basically how to add products. In this section, we're going to talk about your pages. Your site pages are like your About Us, Contact Us, things like that. If you do get to one of these pages and you see that the page is blank, like for instance here, the cart. Well, this has something in it, like a little short code. But if you see it and it looks like this, but yet your page has a lot of content on it, it could be that it's a templated page, meaning if it required a lot of coding and things like that, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll basically code out your page and make it look the way that we want it to look. And it just requires a lot of coding on this end. If there's something you need to change on those type of pages, please don't try to go in there and do it yourself. A lot of times these are code-heavy pages, and you know, they could get messed up. But anyway, on to other things. Let's see. To edit your pages, I actually created an About Us page, and it's right here. Since we're going with a clothing store, I just went and grabbed a picture of a dress shop that's actually in downtown Chicago. I love the building. It's just so pretty. Anyway, and grab this image, and then also grab just some fun text that we can put in here. Now, normally I do hide comments on pages. They're kind of ridiculous in my opinion. However, let's see, you just click edit here, okay, and you know, again, just like we did on these products, all you do is you can go in here, you can change anything that you need to here. You can create headers, you know, and then once you type it, you can actually give it a certain size. The one thing as far as search engine optimization stuff goes, which we're going to cover that in another video or two ahead, but search engines, they look at, and I'm probably going to be repeating myself, but the main thing they look at is the title. They look at what this link is right here, and then they also look at your headers, and it's usually your H1, H2, and H3 headers. So just make sure that whenever you are going through and you're setting these up, that you're just kind of keeping that in mind. As far as, I just noticed that says iloveunderwear.com. Oh, how funny. Anyway, what you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure that these headers are, they're keyword friendly. Now, don't be spammy with it. Make sure that it's relevant, it makes sense, and your users are going to get something out of it. But you know, you might want to say like this About Us page. The About Us page is really where you can toot your own horn. This is where you're allowed to say we're the best, we're the greatest, this is what we do, and this is why you should use us. Okay? This is the only place that you can really do that, other than press releases. However, I might put you know, this might be the start of, and then the business name. That would be a good way to actually get the business name into one of these headers. You might want to say the business name staff. And then, of course, you know, you could actually go into and add images and all that kind of stuff. But make sure and make these headers. So, you know, you've got the business name here, you've got the business name here, and depending on the length of your page, you're going to want to kind of keep that optimized as much as you can. And again, in a video or two, we're going to go over SEO by Yoast, which is what we prefer at the present time. That does change from time to time. So we're going to go over that and show you basically how you can use that whenever you're editing your content to try to keep your website optimized. But okay, moving on. If I wanted to add a link, I can highlight text, just click up here, add link. Now you have two different options. You can link to a website that is off of your page, or you can link to a website that's on your page. If you're linking to another page that's already on your website, you just click here, and then you can go to different items. Like, here we have the little variable hat, so I can link to a product if I want to. I can link to like one of the other pages, and you notice it just kind of fills it in for us, okay? But if I want to go to a page that's maybe off of, well, that's really long. Like let's say Google, okay? Let's say I wanted to go to Google, so I would just kind of go here and I go www.google.com, okay? And we give it a title, which is Google search engine. You basically just describe, if I could spell or type, you basically just describe what the link is, and that allows the person to be able to hover over the link, and then the little tip kind of come up and say where they're going to be going. So this is basically saying we're going to the Google search engine, okay? Now, here's a rule of thumb. If you're staying on your website, the best thing to do is just to leave this just as it is. However, since we're going to a different page, we want them to be able to easily get back to your page without having to click the back button. Most people don't do it. They don't like to do it, and then if they lose your page, they just get frustrated and they're like, forget it, and move on to other things. So the best thing to do is just to click this, open link in a new window or tab, okay, and then hit add link. And now you notice that we actually have a link here, okay? All right, now another thing that you can do is if you need to edit this link, you can highlight it again and then come up here and hit this little button, and then you can also edit it. So if you need to change the title, if you need to point it someplace else, whatever, you can do that from here. Images. Images are super easy. You need to edit an image, just choose a little pencil sign. You may have seen some of this while we were doing the products. You can actually choose different sizes and all that kind of stuff here if you want to. And then whenever you get done, just hit update. If you want to add another image, just kind of highlight wherever you want it, and then hit add media. And I'm just going to choose something that we have on here, like the black hat. Again, this is a full size, is 1,000 by 1,000. That's pretty big. So if we reduce it down to 300 by 300, that's okay. Normally, a media file is whenever you click on the image from the page, it's going to open up a page that just has the image on it. Normally, it's not going to have any of your other page elements around it. So I don't recommend doing that. Attachment page shows the same thing, except it shows a picture of the image with all of your stuff around it. So it's got your header. It's just on its own page. Normally, I don't recommend doing this. It if we have Lightbox installed, which is whenever you click on an image and it blows it up and then it goes over the top of your website, you're always going to want to choose media file here. And if you have that feature on your website, you already know it. So if you don't know if you have it or not, you probably don't. So if you do have Lightbox, you're going to want to choose media file. If you don't, just go down here and hit none. Now, if this, again, is, let's say you have the black hat on here, but yet you want to link to the black hat, let me go over here to shop, and let me go ahead and get the link for the little black hat right here. Okay, so let's say that I put this particular product, but yet I want them to be able to click on an image in order to get there. So I would just put, link to custom URL, and then right here I'd hit V, and then hit OK. Now, one thing, and again, we'll talk about this again whenever we're going through SEO stuff, but search engines do not know that this is a picture of a black hat, okay? The only way to tell the search engines what this is a picture of is to put it in the alt text. So here we're going to say black hat, okay? And then insert into page, okay? Now, I don't think that really turned out the way that I wanted it to. So I'm going to go ahead and hit edit here, And then I'm going to actually make that a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to hit update. I'm still not too happy with it. Let's go ahead and do a right align or a left align. And let's see what that does. There, that's a little bit better. Now you notice that the image hovers to the left, and then all the text goes to the right. If I click on it again, and then I go right, and then update, you'll notice that now it's on the right-hand side. So if we hit update here, and then let me make sure that it's, yeah, the page is updated. All right. Oh, I need to go to About Us. I apologize. Okay. You'll notice that we have our link here, which again is going to open up into a new tab and go right to the Google search engine. And then we also have our hat image right here, which again, we're staying on our website, so it's okay to open it up into the same tab. So again, it goes to the hat page. Okay. Then let's see, what else was there? We'll cover some of the other tools up here whenever we go through a post. Posts are pretty much the same thing, except you have categories and all of that. Featured images on pages. Whenever you share a page on Facebook or whatever, normally there is an image that goes along with the page itself. Sometimes it pulls from inside the page, like it might pull this image or it might pull this image. But if you have an image that you specifically wanted to choose, let me go here super quick and let me just grab an image. Normally I don't just use Google Images, but I'm doing it because this is just a sample. Let's see. Dress shop logo. Let me find something that'll look good. Kind of like this one. It's huge, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to hit Save As, and then hit Save. All right, and then I'm going to close that out. Okay, if I want this actual logo to show up from the About Us page, whenever somebody shares our website, like on Facebook or on Google Plus or on some other type of website, if a page has a featured image, it will actually show up whenever they share it on social media. So that's one of the advantages to adding a featured image. Now this particular theme, I don't like the way that it does this. But most of the time with these types of themes, it adds the featured image up on the top of the page, which I've never done that, won't do that. You see how it does it, and it really looks bad. Actually it does it as a background, but I don't like how it pushes it way down and stuff like that. But if I was to share this on Facebook, so if I was to come over here and hit copy and then go into Facebook, and because we don't have any social links on here or anything like that, just because this is a sample, and then I was to paste this in, and it's dragging to see which image that we want. You see how it automatically drags that one first? So it's always going to choose the featured image first. So this way, if somebody else shares your website, it's going to actually pick this one first. But we can also choose some of the other ones if they want to. Okay, so that's an option that you've definitely got. Let me go ahead and discard all that and get off Facebook before I get a message or something. Okay, alrighty, let's see if there was anything else that I wanted to show you on this part. I don't think so. I think next what we're going to do is we're going to do a post, and then after that we're going to go into the SEO part. So we'll be right back.